Over and somebody starts walking up to me and they asked me, I think this fell off of your truck. And I said, that is mine and I definitely need it and it's important. And thank you for bringing that to my attention. Coming up on Furnace Creek Campground in Death Valley, and it's a first come, first served campground. They do have electric sites, and we are hoping that there's electric available.
You will arrive at your destination.
Hopefully they have electric.
Huh?
Hopefully they have electric. Isn't this the one that might be iffy?
Yeah. Good.
Host on duty. Pay already?
No.
Go up.
Come first serve. We have to go to the dump station, wherever that might be. Look for a dump station though. Here's this water supply. They have a little prostate problem here because it's going very slow.
20 minutes later.
Okay. We had our hopes, but electric was not available. It is a Saturday. We were hoping that some people are going to be leaving tomorrow morning, Sunday, and maybe we could snag an electric for the next 2 nights. But right now with temps hovering around 90, it's just a little too warm to hang around the trailer, so we thought we'd do a little exploring. Now the 20 Mule Team Borax wagon train mined borax down here in Death Valley and hauled it 165 miles to Mojave. It was then used to manufacture soap, which was a very popular brand many, many years ago.
"20 Mule Team Borax, your detergent's perfect teammate for all your laundry." And Boraxo, the powdered soap that leaves hands soft.
In addition to this outdoor area, there's an indoor museum, and then there's also a nice display down in the valley itself about a couple miles away from here. Now on your way in, if you stop at the visitor center or at a check-in station, you'll get a nice little pamphlet that'll basically have a checkoff sheet of all the things you can see in Death Valley, and that's basically what we went off of. On our second stop though, we ran across some folks that accidentally ran their motorcycle off the road and got it stuck in a pretty sandy area.
My thoughts are
We stopped to make sure that everybody was okay, and the ranger wasn't too sure exactly how to get the motorcycle out. They had already made up a plan where they were going to pull it from the way he's positioned right now, and I just knew that that wasn't going to work. But I thought I'd give him a hand, and then we would get it out the right way. He wasn't exactly sure how to tie the strap up to this bike, so I gave him assistance with that, and then also tied it to the other end of the Ranger's pickup. Unfortunately, I had to put the camera down several times because it was a little hard to document when we were helping.
I got the clutch. Thanks for your help, man.
Oh, no problem.
We
Probably stick to the roads, huh?
yeah. Yep, we're ready. It's a great idea.
Take up the slack. I didn't think this method was going to work because we needed to be more perpendicular with the road, so we gave it a quick try, and we ended up repositioning his pickup truck and going perpendicular with the road. We were able to pull it out. Now the actual person that was riding the bike actually lost control, started going into the sand and went over the handlebars. And we checked that person out and they were okay. And it's not the person on the bike right now. The person that went over the handlebars is done riding for today. So the Ranger thanked me very much, and the only thing he had was one of these badges, so I am now a Junior Ranger. Death Valley is a lot different than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was mostly going to be just sandy desert, but it is very mountainous, it's very colorful. There's a lot of different ecosystems here, and there is a lot of elevation changes depending what type of view you want to get. Now the lowest point in the United States is Badwater Basin at 282 feet below sea level. And the reason it's called bad water is because many, many years ago, a surveyor and his mule, the mule would not drink the water, probably because of the high salt content. And yes, this is salt. It looks like ice. It almost looks like a winter scene when you're walking out here. It almost looks like you could see through it like you would be able to with ice, but it is definitely salt. You can see in the distance those Sierra Mountains keeping the rain away. Now you can venture out as far as you want to, and the farther you venture out, the more you'll isolate yourself from other people. I did think it was cool that you have your display sign here at the 282 feet below sea level, and then if you look on the mountainside, there's also a placard up there that has actual sea level, which is a great way to put this all into perspective. The winds are really kicking up, and we're a little concerned because we left all the windows open in the trailer since it was so warm. We've seen a few dust storms kick up, and we're hoping that we get back in time so we don't have a dust storm inside the trailer. Did it break?
No, it just came out of this hole.
Temps didn't die down that much overnight. It stayed mostly in the mid-70s. And I'm going to be like a vulture and watching for an electric spot to open up. Well, we got one, and this is going to help us with the rest of the day, especially if we want to keep Willow inside the trailer and for us to do other things.
We're walking in Golden Canyon right now, and a lot of the original Star Wars movie was shot down here. I believe it's where Luke gets attacked by sand people, and R2 is hiding in the rock.
Oh, so good.
Hello there. Come here, my little...
And then there's another part of Death Valley where they are combing the desert.
Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir. How about you? Not a thing, sir.
That's Spaceballs. C-3PO and R2 are in the desert.
So it's pretty hard to get an exact location because the sand dunes, of course, have changed year over year. But these are the Mesquite Flat sand dunes where R2 and C-3PO had a few arguments on which direction to go. If you're looking for a wretched hive of scum and villainy, well then Dante's View is the place for you.
Moss Eisley Spaceport. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Zabriskie Point is a very condensed version of the Badlands. Very similar, but condensed.
Precipitation here is from winter storms off the Pacific Ocean. As those storms move inland, they hit walls of north and south running mountain ranges, and as the storms are forced to rise up and over those ranges, the moisture in the clouds cools and condenses and falls as rain and snow on the western side of those mountains.
Basically, the western side of the Sierra sucks up all the rain before it can make it into Death Valley. And we experienced that on the radar. We thought for sure it was going to rain on us a couple times. And there were rain clouds around, and you could see them in the distance by the mountains. But nothing happened around us. Everything stayed dry.
Borax Street, there are two other major mountain ranges between Sierra Nevada and Death Valley.
Death Valley is another international dark sky park, and being here with the timing that we have, unfortunately we have a moon that comes out at night, so it's going to brighten up the skies and make it harder for us to see the Milky Way. But there is going to be a window of opportunity at about 4 in the morning when the moon sets. And unfortunately, it's also the day we're going to be leaving, so it's going to be a travel day, so I'm going to get up early, see if I can get some shots of the Milky Way, get back, and then we're going to pack up and head out to Nevada. And the Sierra Mountains are sucking up the last of the rain clouds over there, so it looks like it is going to be a clear night. It should be a clear morning when I get up.
Go. Go. Stop.
All right, so we left Death Valley 2 days ago, and on the way to here, Valley of the Fire in Nevada, we stopped in Las Vegas to top off our groceries and our gasoline. And while I was in the parking lot of a Walmart, I heard a clank of a noise like a clank clank, and I thought it was somebody else. The parking lot was pretty full. There wasn't a lot of places to park. Thought that maybe it was just something else in the parking lot and not us. So I was concentrating on not hitting other cars and just in the narrow aisles of the parking lot. Eventually we did find a spot, pulled over, and somebody starts walking up to me and they asked, I think this fell off of your truck. And I said, that is mine and I definitely need it and it's important. And thank you for bringing that to my attention. So this is one of the arms for my weight distribution hitch. And there's a little pin in there that slides into this little curve here. And that little pin fell out. It's usually held in by a spring. So normally this slides right up in here and locks. And there's a little spring mechanism that is gone now. I don't know if you can tell, this one is still here. Actually, it's kind of loose and flimsy too. And I think that's going to have to be replaced. This one is gone completely. When that fell out, so did my arm. So we towed it here with just one arm, and I probably should have took them both off, but we left the one on and got here, and there was a bit of a difference towing the trailer here. It seemed a little like the wind was affecting the trailer a little bit more. This is an E2 hitch, considered a round bar arm. Now we are in Nevada right now, and the manufacturer of that hitch is located in Utah, so we gave him a call.
Yeah, sounds like it's just that spring bar, that round bar release clip. And so that part number, are you ready for it?
Thank you for calling. This is Kenzie.
Hi Kenzie, my name's Tom, and my wife and I are traveling, and we're just outside of Valley of Fire, and we're kind of heading in your direction. Our weight distribution hitch had an issue. It's an E2, and it appears that it needs a spring bar release. Do you guys carry that or have that in stock?
I will have to transfer you over to our retail team. They would probably know better than I. So give me 1 second and see if there's anyone available over there.
Okay, I might have been just there and they sent me to service. I'm not.
Our representatives are assisting other customers at this time. Call is very important to us.
What is?
Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered in the order in which it was received.
Park, this is Ashley. How can I help you?
Hi, Ashley.
A spring bar release. Ooh, on an E2. Is it Blue Ox or Roadmaster? Or Equalizer?
I can give you a part number.
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can. Okay, what's your part number? Okay, so I do not have it in stock. I could get it possibly from a third party. And let's see, what's today? Monday. I could have it here on Wednesday.
Wednesday, what time?
Wednesday. It usually come between 3 and 5. They just came today for Monday, right about 5 minutes ago. So
we're in Valley of Fire right now.
Okay.
Nevada, and we're going to be in Zion on Wednesday. But
okay,
that would be coming through you, but the count on it coming after 5 o'clock is going to be almost too late. They diagnosed the problem as I thought, that those springs need to be replaced, and they could send a kit to a nearby dealership. So there's a dealership, we called a couple of them. The first one didn't have the part, the second one didn't have the part. The second one said that they could probably get the part in 2 days, which is going to be tomorrow. Luckily, when that bar fell off, we were not on the freeway, because that could have been disastrous if that were at highway speeds and that bar hit the pavement. bounced back up and knocked a hole in one of our tanks in the trailer or did some other type of damage or hurt somebody else.
Space part numbers are 2-digit, 2-digit, 4-digit. But let me see how soon I can get one here, if I can have one here, because I don't have any on hand. Let me see
if
here.
you get one, you might as well get two because the other one doesn't look
That's
that great.
exactly what my customer from last week ordered. I ordered her two for Blue Ox's system. They're the exact same thing. I get to have it here Wednesday afternoon.
Afternoon sharp or so?
In the afternoon. My parts usually show up between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. And then I check them in, then I call up all my customers.
How far are you away from Zion?
Zion, we're probably about a 20 to 30 minute drive down here in Washington, Utah. Installation of these little bars is not too difficult. It's more about like finicky little hands.
So we're camping right now in Valley of Fire, Nevada, and it's a pretty unique state park. It's almost like a mini national park. There's just a lot of nice features here, a lot of nice scenery, the rock formations, the color of the rocks, Valley of Fire, I assume because of the red tinge that all the rocks have around here. The park itself is maybe about 12 to 15 miles long and about 6 miles wide. So it's just a mini version of a national park. There's a lot of little nice pull-offs. There is a lot of hiking trails. Captain Kirk's final resting place. Okay, so I am standing where Captain Kirk perished here in Viridian 3, and his second to final resting place was right here on top of this silicon dome. So Captain Picard stood here, piled a bunch of rocks on top of Captain Kirk. They got a nice helicopter shot, did a loop-de-loop around here, and Picard waited for his shuttle, then got the heck out of here. There are some remnants of the metal walkways here, some patchwork where it was bolted into the rock, and I believe the walkway is somewhere around here too. Maybe it was transported further down, but kind of neat. It's always kind of fun to go to a place like this out west and see, you know, just Google what movies were filmed in certain locations. So, and you'd be surprised to find how many times something was shot here. So you had Star Trek Generation shot here, Austin Powers shot here, and a couple other movies. Their campgrounds are very unique. I've never camped in an area like this. There's just having this as a backdrop. Right now we do not have full hookups, but they do have full hookup sites here. We do have a water spigot, which is right behind our trailer, so we were able to top off our trailer. But if you look around here, we have a nice little fire ring. We have a little cover here for a picnic area. Starlink is working just fine. We had to manipulate the trailer a little bit to get it in here. If you look, our steps are just barely touching a large rock. In case there's a malfunction with the trailer, or if we have extra guests that want to stay, we've got like a little guest suite right over here. So that's pretty neat, a little tiny cave that is right into our campsite. So I got to say, this is a very unique state park. It's not very large. You can drive it probably within about 30 minutes from one end to the other. But there's a lot of nice little features to it. There's definitely a lot of scenery here. The campsites are very unique. If you're traveling into Utah to go to Zion, or if you're vice versa, leaving Zion and you're going into California to go to Death Valley, this is a nice little stop right in between, and it's very beautiful. That is going to do it for today. I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you enjoyed and subscribe to these videos. Click on that little bell when you want to know when a new one is coming out, and keep an eye on us. Take care, everybody.
Next week we head into Utah to see if we can get our weight distribution hitch fixed. I'm Tom.
Tom,
How
good
are
to
you?
meet you.
About that spring?
Yes, my parts have not shown up yet.
Okay.
My guys are just probably wrapping up lunch. Let's go take a quick look at what you got here. Steve is actually at lunch. He'll be back momentarily.
Sure.